Hello, it's me again, and I'm out on another walk. And this time I'm going up to the Halnaker Windmill. Now, to be fair, I don't know a lot about the windmill, other than the fact that I've done this walk quite a few times over the years, and for many times the windmill has just been a shell. It's just been a brick shell. It's a smock mill, as far as I remember, and I think the term is smock mill. I may have got that wrong, but don't let that worry you. You can write your comments below. But I have heard that the windmill has now got sails. I don't think it's meant to be sails as in a working mill. I don't believe there's any workings inside it, but just to give the impression of what it would have looked like on the landscape in its original heyday. Well, I may have to disappoint viewers on this particular walk because I've just caught a glimpse of the windmill, and it seems that there's some restoration work going on, and I believe from what I saw it's screened off a bit. There's some scaffolding certainly around the top. I've lost sight of it now as I slowly climb it's a gentle incline, the hill at Halnaker Hill. I assume it's called Halnaker Hill, because it may not be. Around me on this, I think the last day of school term today in January. I'm recording this on the 21st. Is it the 21st? It's the Saturday. I think it's the 21st today, and I thought I'd get out here before the hordes of kids who love to come and see British heritage get out and explore the countryside. All around the country now, you can't see it terribly well here, but blackberries are sprouting up on the brambles. So next time people come up here, they'll be able to pick their own lunch. Well, I've definitely been thwarted this time. I've come to see the windmill. It's a bit too windy to do a proper narration or a walking tour, but that's not the issue. It's definitely the scaffold and the blue screen around the windmill for the restoration work. I know they started in April of this year, 2017, and I was rather hoping they'd finished it by now, but clearly not, and you can't get close to it, can't even get in it, which is a bit of a shame. And just looking at these chaps who are working on it. How do? You're doing a grand job. You're doing a grand job.
Oh, cheers, thank you.
You must get rather lonely up here.
Get lonely up there.
Yeah, there's quite a few people come up here every day, but yeah, it's a bit quiet.
Nice to be away from the hurly-burly. When do you think you'll finish?
Oh, God.
Jump aside. Yeah.
Another 6 months? Yeah.
Depends on the weather as well.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
It's reasonably nice today.
I reckon there'll be another month on it.
Another month. Yeah. Well, keep going. So it may just look like a brick edifice here on the Sussex South Downs, but here dedicated men would have been inside taking observations. Shall we go in? Let's go in. There is a floor pattern here which I think there must have been some form of gun. Just walk round a little bit. So I'm not 100% sure, because online you can never believe what you read online, unfortunately. Let's just have a look, see if we can. Now, There are people who are more expert than I'm not really an expert, who will know what this platform is. But it sort of gives the impression to me that there may have been an ACAC gun fixed into this concrete base and pointing up to provide a little bit of protection for those, well, not protection, yes, protection for those in the country, but trying to sort of knock out what was coming. I mean, it's nearly 80 years now since the Second World War. Mind my footing here. And we're in that period now, July, just at the very beginning in 1940 of the Battle of Britain, where the planes would have started to come just under 80 years ago. And 2020 will be, of course, the celebrations of the Battle of Britain for 80 years. And it'll be absolutely incredible. It's hard now, really, to imagine it, that people, farms, towns, villages, were all under threat from the German might. The fear, it's going to come back in because of the wind, the fear that the Germans were going to invade at any minute was a realistic fear. It may sound crazy now, but people believed that parachutists were going to fall from the sky dressed as vicars, nuns, policemen. They would have guns and they would cause chaos on the southern defences, causing chaos on the roads, so that when the boats came from France, when the Germans wanted to invade, they would have cleared some sort of path and bring their tanks in unmolested. That's basically the idea. Fortunately, it never happened. One of the reasons it never happened is because along the south coast and up the east coast were a chain of radar stations. And these radar stations were vital for our fighter command, who were able to see the Germans as they were coming over. The Germans didn't believe that the radar was as powerful as it was. It was primitive. And when you look at the pictures and the information on how they managed to pinpoint the German squadrons coming over, it is incredible that they managed to do anything. But they did, and it was effective. It was effective enough. It got to a certain point, though, when the radar was no good and you needed the observation platforms. Now, if that is an observation platform, then that's the sort of thing that they were doing. The observer corps would be looking into the skies and counting the number of planes, the height that they're coming, and the type of planes. And all of that would be reported to HQ. And from that information, dispersed would be the Hurricanes and the Spitfires. And the boys in blue, the first of the few? No, the last of the few. The few that flew went up and did their bit for Britain. And it can never, ever be overstated how important that was. Well, disappointing not to see the windmill with its sails up, or even the windmill without the scaffolding up, but fascinating to see what they're doing. I'm very thrilled to see that, and I will come back and I'll bring a camera. The camera I'm using at the moment is borrowed, unfortunately, it isn't mine, and I'm just enjoying it, the Osmo DJI. I've enjoyed the walk, however, just to see this little observation platform or gun placement, whatever it is, and I need to take advice on that. But significant nonetheless, even though it is just bricks, it reminds us that we are a free country and that we have the right to free speech and that we can walk these green and pleasant lands without anybody telling us not to. They are trying, and I, for one, am pleased to be coming out of the EU so that we back in Britain can have our British laws for British people. Now, I know that's people may completely disagree with that, but we are where we are and we are coming out, and I hope that people will be once again proud to be British and of our British heritage and the things that we achieved, particularly 80 years ago, and even before that, in the times when windmills were there to make flour, to make bread, rather than to make electricity. I'll see you on the next one.